What's good in the web? This is your man Q back again with some RPGs that are dropping this month in April 2023. But before we go too far, if you do like the content that you see, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all things RPGs, make sure to hit that subscribe. Mega Man Battle Network is a tactical role-playing video game series created by Masahiro Yashima. I think I said it right. And developed and published by Capcom as one of those rare Mega Man spin-offs. You know, kind of like Mega Man Legends. The first game dropped back in '01 on the Game Boy Advance and takes place in this Tron Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D type computer world where computers and networking technology was the main focus. Rather than robots, they did networks. There's been more than a few Mega Man Network collections in the past, but this Mega Man Battle Network will include all 6 main games from the series that were released on Game Boy Advance between '01 and '05. Games 3 through 6 received 2 different versions when they were released. Kind of reminds me of the whole Final Fantasy 3, where 3 was really 6, and in the States we got 6, but 3, I mean, and then it was 6, and then they made commercials and the homie Mog was on it. But luckily the collection includes those variants too, which makes the grand total 10 games. The Legacy Collection is also getting a rare simultaneous launch on the Switch, PS4, 5, and Steam. Xbox not included this time, which is weird because it marks the first time that a Battle Network hasn't dropped on the box, along with some of the slightly more polished graphics and sound. But of course, the collection will also include an art gallery, a music player, and additional screen filtering options, battle records that can be traded between games, and all 15 chips that were only distributed via Japan can now be available for download, and a Buster Max mode that makes the game a lot easier. So if you weren't able to play Battle Network back in the day when it dropped, now's your chance. The game drops on all the systems pretty much except the box. Maybe it's gonna come on the box for $49.99. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. At least this Horizon didn't drop the same time Zelda did this time, even though it's still a little too close for comfort for me. But that's why I make the big bucks over here on YouTube and not developing games. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shore DLC includes new characters and experiences bundled all in some new, stunningly hazardous new areas, or that's at least how Sony tells it. Whole new chapter scenes Alloy pursuing a sinister new threat to the planet hidden among these dangerous untamed wilds. And of course, this should go without saying, but I say it anyway. You must complete the main story, including the Singularity in the PS5 version on the game, before you can do the DLC. Then it triggers this event, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. Burning Shore is a Sony exclusive, not too many of them no more, at least that we checking for. It drops on the 19th and it's gonna be $19.99, and it said it takes about 15 to 16 hours to beat, so there's still time before Zelda. Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord is set in a world of magic and fantasy, where a battle once waged between 2 powerful deities, the goddess and the vile god. A great conflict ended, and with both sealing the other one away into the great unknown. Time passes, but the weapons initially created for war, known as the Furies, were now scattered across the world and sought by warriors known as fencers. You, a young fighter named Fang, unexpectedly become a fencer, and along with the fairy Aaron and the young woman Tiara, embark on a remarkable journey that intertwines his destiny with the struggle of, yeah, you guessed it, the gods. The game boasts a beautiful anime-ish and colorful character style as well as super unique grid system that allows you to navigate on the terrain. Use muses who sing songs that borrowed from fairies that can raise your party's buffs or debuff the enemy. Did I mention there's a lot of characters? Fairy Fence F Refrain Chord drops on PS4, 5, and Nintendo Switch on the 25th and on Steam on May 23rd. Bad timing for Steam heads though. The game will run you about $49.99 USD. They say good things come to those who wait, and damn it, we've been waiting on Advance Wars ReBoot Camp, which feels like
forever.
Almost thought we weren't gonna get it there for a second, but finally the day has arrived for some good old tactical strategy. Is it just me, or has Sami changed? Advance Wars ReBoot Camp is the remake of fan-favorite GBA games Advance Wars and Advance Wars 2 from way back in the day. I said GBA, that's Game Boy Advance. It's old. ReBoot Camp took a minute to get here, but from all the reviews and folks who played it, say it's slicker, shinier, and sassy. The game is a Switch exclusive and a great break in pace for all those other RPGs you've been playing lately. Also, you can definitely knock it out before Tears of the Kingdom drops. Trinity Trigger, an all-new action role-playing game published by Xseed. And if you don't know about Xseed, after the video, go look up some Xseed games. Next time I see you, let's talk about it. Trinity Trigger combines the look and feel of iconic RPGs of the 90s with an emphasis on modern, fast-paced, customizable action combat. You take the role of Cyan, a young man burdened by the gods again, with the mantle of Warrior of Chaos, which, of course, is gonna set you down the path to have this epic battle with the Warrior of Order. Along with Cyan, players are accompanied with his two companions, Elise and Xantis, and their strange creatures known as Triggers. Triggers can transform into 8 of the different weapon types and have the ability to switch freely between each of the 3 characters to set up a super sneaky solo strategy attack or to team up in co-op with friends? What? This never happens. The game looks straight gorgeous, y'all, and it had me sold when they said RPGs of yesteryear. The game drops April 25th for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Steam. Damn, box. Trinity Trigger is a brand new IP, so expect $59.99 for now. There will be DLC, but no word on the exact date of that yet. So typically I don't do mobile, but the millions of fans say otherwise, because if they didn't, devs would ditch mobile games faster than we can ditch a 1-star on GTA. Also, the game will be dropping on PS4 eventually, so that kind of means it's gonna be on PS5 too, technically. Honkai is a free-to-play 3D role-playing RPG, yeah, another one, developed and published by Hoyoverse and is the 4th installment in the Honkai series. This edition features brand new characters along with alternate versions of existing characters from Honkai Impact 3. Control a team of up to 4 characters in a mix of an open world element with some good old fashioned dungeon exploration with a focus being on a strategic turn-based combat system. After the events of Honkai Impact 3rd, the story begins with 2 crew members, March 7 and Dan, on the Astral Express on their way to deliver a rare relic to Hedera. This kind of sounds like Star Ocean. When Void Rangers of the Antimatter Legion ambush the space station and start attacking people. This is when March and Dan, as well as the lead researcher Asta and head security Arlen, were able to fend them off. The art style and the characters look on par with games of its style, and of course, what intrigues me is the free 99 part. The game is scheduled to release on April 26th this year for Steam, iOS, and Android. You know, ports for PS4 and 5 coming soon, eventually, sooner than later. The other D&D, Dungeon Drafters, is a mystery dungeon adventure created by indie dev Manolith Studios. The game is set in a world where magic is cards and cards is magic. Explore ancient ruins, loot rare cards, and employ clever combos to defeat your foes and build legendary spell decks that could save the world. You are a young adventurer eager to explore ancient ruins in this tile-based dungeon crawler with roguelike elements. Collect rare cards, find and loot treasure chests, rescue lost adventurers, then return to town and prepare to run it back all over again. The game is a refreshing take of that old 16-bit era with a strategic twist. Dungeon Drafters drops on the 27th for Steam, Linux. Wait, what's a Linux? I know what a Linux is, but you don't hear about Linux on games no more. Linux, Xbox Series X and X, the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and if you want to check out the game, there's a demo up on Steam. No price point yet, but it's an indie game, so I'm thinking between $19.99, $29.99, usually like the going rate. But interweb, that's all I have for you today. If you did like this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know you like the content that you see. Also, if you want to stay up to date with all things RPGs, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I make geekly content here all about them RPGs all the time. And let me know in the comment section below, are you gonna pick up any games in April? Or are you just gonna be waiting on that Tears of the Kingdom? And as always, in the web, remember to eat, sleep, geek, repeat. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. For the longest time, I wasn't being legit or for real with myself either, because that was a part of me. And even though I was doing it in secret. And then it just hit me. And that's when it hit me. And that's when I became a geek. Finally, the sleeper has awakened. I am the prince of all geeks once again.